Hello friends, myself Professor Lal Patel. We are in video lecture of vehicle dynamics subject. We are in continue with tire mechanics chapter. In earlier we have seen lot of tire performance, or we can say the tire affecting our overall performance of the vehicle. We have completed the topics. So today's lecture we are going to talk about an expression for lateral slip in tire for a simple model. So we are preparing a simple model, and in that we will find how lateral slip is going to affect our overall tires performance. Before that, we have seen that we have learned about how our tire axis is going to perform, or we can say that if I'm putting my tire into three-dimensional axis x, y, and z, and we have already learned about how the terminology of the tire is going to react with our performance. So keeping in that mind about tires axis, we are going to cover this topic. So in this topic, there is an expression that is for lateral slip in tire for a simple model. So let's begin with the basic, that is slip angles. So let's brush up the definition of a slip angle. So we can say that the when a rolling tire or pneumatic tire is subjected to a lateral force, and the tire will drift to the side, and due to that drifting an angle will be created. Okay, an angle will be created between the direction of heading and the direction of travel. So that angle is called slip angle. So in the first figure you will find that the direction of heading is that horizontal line that is seen in the figure, that is direction of heading. But due to that lateral force, what will happen? The direction of travel is going to change for the tire, and in between them, the angle will be created, and that angle is called slip angle. So it is a basic definition about slip angle. Again, in the second figure, you can see that there is a vertical tire. We can say that the if tire is moving in above direction, or we can say in the arrows direction, that is direction wheel points. Also due to that force, lateral force, what will happen? The tire is going to move, or we can say the drift to a side, and due to that angle is created. Here you can see the angle alpha is created, and that is slip angle. uh, this these lines are contact patch line. So here you will find a circle, somewhat like circle, that is the contact patch of our tire, and due to that lateral force our contact patch is going to change, and here you will find that effect, how the tire tread is going to change, contact patch is going to change due to the lateral force, and the slip angle alpha is going to create. So continuing with this theory, we can say that the as tire advances and tread elements come into contact with the road, we are talking about tire tread, and what will happen due to that deflection, that normal position is going to change due to that lateral force. And here we can say that the lateral force builds up the element, moves rearward. So we can say that the contact patch is going to change from that actual position due to the lateral force. And uh, to overcome the friction, what will happen? The slip is going to happen, or slip angle is going to created. So the integration of the forces, here you can see the forces, the direction is given, the forces is there, also mz, the moment is there. This is our contact patch. So due to that integration of the forces, net lateral force with a point of action at the centroid, it means that you will find at center the lateral force total, or we can say the net lateral force, that is at our center point of the tire. And due to the asymmetry of the force built up in the contact patch, that distance is called pneumatic trail. So here you will find pneumatic trail due to that lateral force and contact patch movement. Okay, also some terms are there like Fy is lateral force. Here you can say see the Fy, that is lateral force direction. Also Mz, that is aligning moment, that is Mz. Moving further, here we can say that at initial level, these kind of effect is not instantaneous, but it develops legs at first. So if I'm going to talk about the leg in initial stages, like while vehicle is moving from the low speed to the high speed, so we can say that at low speed this effect is not going to happen. So like one half or one revolution of tire, you will not find these kind of effects. So we can say that the at half or one revolution of tire, it is steady state condition, or we can say that this condition we can see in low speed condition. While we are moving further or increasing the speed, the steer angle, or with the change in steer angle, the tire must roll through half turn or more, and from that the lateral deflection is going to happen and force is going to build up. So at initial stage, we called that distance, that is relaxation length. So that relaxation length is almost half or half ton of our tire, or maximum the full ton of a tire. So here it is an example of how much leg is going to created. So let's taking example. Let's take an example. At highway speed, we are talking about 10 revolution per second of tire speed, and due at that high speed, we will find 0.05 second time lag in slip angle. So normally, like uh, drivers like us, we don't find it very imperceptible. Imperceptible means we are not going to notice that kind of lag. But for the expert drivers or test drivers, these kind of effect they are going to feel, uh, and you will find the sluggishness in turning response. So they are going to feel these such or less time while turning response. So directly or indirectly it affects our turning. So normally these less kind of lag we are not going to feel, but in actual, but for expert driver, a lag in turning response is there. It is about revolution of tire. So here you can see that the at half rotation of the tire, the lateral force is going to increase, and at this point we will not feel any kind of turning, and after that angle you will find steady state. So moving further, now for the lateral force behavior of rolling tire, that is characterized only in steady state conditions. So we are taking in our mind about steady state conditions. Now if the slip angle is zero, the lateral force is zero, but actually we have already talked about this in our earlier lecture, that it is not going to happen like our slip angle is zero. So with 5 degree to 10 degree of slip angle, the lateral force built up rapidly and linearly. Here you can see from this figure at 5 degree or 10 degree. So in initial stage you will find rapidly increasing lateral force, that is Fy. Again in the range of 15 degree to 20 degree, the lateral force is maximum. So here you will find the maximum lateral force. And at large angles, again if we are talking about 30 degree, 45 degree, the large angles, it behavior like locked wheel. My vehicle's wheel is going to locked. So this is about the lateral force, and it directly or indirectly depend on the slip angle alpha, that is in degrees. So we are talking about 5 to 10 degree, that is rapidly and linearly high. 15 degree and 20 degree, that is maximum, and beyond that the tire is going to lock, and that locked wheel has the lateral force equal to the sine angle resultant of the sliding coefficient, that is mu s, times the vertical load Fz. So it is like almost locked wheel. Okay, here you can see the locked wheel diagram at 30 degree, 60 degree or 90 degree. The wheel is going to lock. Okay, moving further, the importance of turning and stability, that is we have to kept in mind for the vehicle's performance, and that is going to affect by my lateral forces. And also the slope of the curve evaluated at zero slip angle is called cornering stiffness. So at zero slip angle we will find cornering stiffness, that is C alpha. So this equation of C alpha, that is the expression for the due to the lateral force in our tire. Here one more graph is there, that is of lateral force, slip angle and between normal force, that are in pound. So if I'm going to say that the slip angle of my passenger car tire, that is 4 degree, and at that time what will happen, my lateral force is about 600 pound, and also the normal force acting on my car body, that is 1800 pound. So here you can see the different slip angles that is directly affect my lateral force. If my vehicle's overall weight, that is almost 2000 pound or 1500 pound, and the slip angle is around 4 degree or 6 degree, so that is according to that my lateral force is going to react, and according to that the lateral force is going to created. So this is how lateral force is going to affect my slip angle and overall performance of the car tire. So this is all about slip angle, lateral force, and how it is going to affect my overall turning and braking and cornering portion. Thank you.